All right. Hi, everyone, and welcome to Tuesday Notary Titans for Tuesday, June 27th, 2023. My name is Bill Soroka. I'm the founder of NotaryCoach.com and author of Sign and Thrive, How to Make Six Figures as a Mobile Notary and Loan Signing Agent, and three other best-selling books, the last of which that just came out, co-written with my co-host of TNT, Laura Biewer. Called Beyond Loan Signings. It's out. Thank you. Hey, Philip. He's got a copy of the book as well. So many people have supported that book. We're hearing great feedback already about how it's expanded notaries' way of thinking and how they've tapped into previously not thought of revenue streams and service streams to help grow their business no matter what mortgage interest rates are doing. I'm here with my co-host, Laura Biewer. I saw her just come in. Laura, welcome. Glad you could make it. Maybe. She might still be on mute. There she is. Laura, are you with us? Laura, can you hear me? All right, we'll go back to Laura here in just a moment. Thank you all for being here. Tuesday Notary Titans is your time to connect with each other. We have notaries across the country here, so be sure to represent yourself professionally, connect with each other in the chat, ask questions in the chat. This is one of the most loving and supportive communities you'll ever find. Questions can be answered or will be answered by both Laura and I, so you get some perspective depending on what you're trying to do. Ask questions about growing your business, about some of the specifics about cultivating relationships, about where you want to take your business. This is the perfect time to do so. Replays can be found on my YouTube channel at youtube.com/Notary Coach. Laura, looks like you might be ready for us. How's it going? But there you go.
I can unmute. You know, some days that PC just doesn't want to cooperate.
Yes, mine's almost every day.
Yeah, so this is the first time I logged on to this one. I was on another one. So always the first time, you never know. It's like going to bed at night when you wake up, you don't know if you're the same person as the night before.
That sounds deep. Laura, you want to introduce yourself? Tell everybody about you. I just told them about Beyond Loan Signings, but tell them about you.
Hey guys, I am Laura Biewer and I'm founder of Coach Me Laura. And my mission is to develop competent and confident notaries so they can increase their earnings through specialty work. Glad to be here.
And if you want to connect with Laura Biewer, you can do that at coachmelaura.com. I'll post that link in the chat. Also, Laura, do you want to tell them about Laura's Inner Circle and if that's this Saturday?
Yes, so every Saturday at 8 a.m. Pacific time, there is a free laser coaching call that I host. And if you'd like to join us, just go to my website, coachmelaura.com, scroll down to Laura's Inner Circle, put in your email. You'll get an email from me that confirms, yes, you want to be a part of this. And when you respond back, you will get the link. Hold on to that link because I use the same one every single week and I do not send out reminders. So you'll want to hold on to that.
Beautiful. All right. And you're on for this weekend, right before we
look this weekend, and it's always free.
All right, wonderful. And space is limited. It's a very much more intimate gathering than TNT often is. I think she caps it off at what, 25 or 30 people, Laura?
Yeah, that's about it.
All right. Okay, so the way this works on TNT today, use the raise hand feature. We've got two people who are patiently waiting with their hands raised, so we're going to get to them in just a moment. But as questions come to you, let's keep the conversation going. Get those hands raised. I'm going to give away a couple of prizes today, thanks to Mary McIlvain out of Oregon. She's created something kind of cool. I'm going to give a couple of those away. And then we've got a few more announcements for you as well. So Delcy, thank you so much for your patience. I know you're in New York, so tell us how we can help today.
I would actually like an opinion from you guys. This is the third time that I'm doing debt settlements. And what is happening is that I get to the end and the client decides at the table that they don't want to participate in the program anymore. They don't want to do it. And it's my job to notarize, not to convince them one way or the other. And so I just contact the signing service and let them know what's happening. But I've been getting paid just the like the trip fee. And I personally think that's unfair because I've spent an hour at the table, gone through the presentation, done everything that's my part. I don't think it's fair that I'm only getting paid a trip fee. And so I just wanted to throw it out there and see what other people think about it.
Yeah, great question, Delcy. So I'd love if you've experienced this or if you just have an opinion about what Delcy's just shared, please post your comments in the chat. And Laura, I'd invite you to share your opinion first, and I'm happy to piggyback.
So I have done those. And back in the day when I did do those, they did pay me regardless, as long as I did everything I was supposed to do. And I contacted them to have a conversation to confirm they didn't want to proceed, then I got paid the full amount regardless. And this was one particular company that I did them for. I stopped doing them because I felt that on average, they really didn't know what they were getting themselves into. So that was happening more often than it should. And they expected me to present myself as a representative of them. And I just really didn't like that kind of business. So I decided that that business was not for me. And I stopped doing debt settlements for that reason. Now, is it fair or not that they pay you a trip fee? Well, that depends on what you agreed to up front. So if you signed any kind of document or they sent you a document that says, this is how it works, we pay you this much, but if it falls through, we only pay you this much, and you agree, then it is fair because you agreed to it. If you don't like that agreement, you can either see if you can get it changed or don't do that work.
Yeah, so Laura nailed it right there. That's exactly what I was going to say. You can flip the conversation. Delcy, if you're still open to doing these kind of appointments, you can start renegotiating now, even with the same company, and say, you know what, this is no longer a win-win arrangement. Here's what I'd like to see moving forward. Can you do that? If you can, great. If you can't, then you're not losing anything, right? Because you're already kind of fed up with it.
Makes sense. Thank you both for that.
You're so welcome. Thanks for bringing it up. I love it. Delcy, your first question today. Can I send you a prize?
Yes.
All right. Mary McIlvain created this kind of cool book of sheets. It's a notary scheduler, so she can add enhanced information about her loan signing appointments to help her raise her customer service levels. And it's really served her well and the notaries that she mentors in Oregon. If you'll private message me your address, I'll mail it out to you.
Great. Thank you so much.
All right. Thanks for being here, Delcy. Jen Cooper, thanks for being here. What's going on today?
Good morning, guys. Jen Cooper from California. Okay, so I have a question. I have a client that I've done a series of document signings in a skilled nursing facility. Her dad is very communicative. He's got no issues except that he's getting older and having a hard time with mobility. They need to do an advanced care directive, and the facility has been dragging their feet for 3 weeks on contacting the ombudsman and setting up an appointment. My question is, am I going to completely demolish my relationship with this facility if I contact the office of the ombudsman or share the contact information with the people that are hiring me so they can skip the skilled facility center altogether? They do it outside of their control.
Great question. Laura, what do you think?
Well, it's not the facility's job. It is the family. Should be making that arrangement in the first place. So I don't know how it went to the facility anyways.
The facility stopped them from assigning. And that's how
The facility can only stop them from performing the notarization and execution of the document without an ombudsman. They cannot prevent them from speaking to the ombudsman directly because they are there for the family. They're not there for the facility.
Gotcha.
So that's what should happen, is that they should contact them and they should arrange for the ombudsman to come out. And I would just provide the ombudsman's number or let them know, because it's on the posters everywhere.
Yeah.
They can call direct, set up the appointment, forget the facility.
Yeah.
And you don't even have to tell the facility.
Okay. I just want to make sure.
But
That's
if
what I did.
anybody's coming up on that, I always let the family know, the phone numbers are on the posters. Please reach out yourself and make this arrangement. It doesn't have to go through the facility.
Okay. Thanks, Laura.
Beautiful. Good question. All right, Deanna Toronto, thanks for being here. What state are you in and how can we help?
Hi, thanks for doing this. I am in Arizona.
All right.
Yep. And so my question today is I'm really excited about your trust certification program that's coming out. Wish I had it already right now. I would say one of the biggest things that's kind of a barrier for me is knowing how to best set up my fee schedule for things like well, a trust package. Like I just was referred by a realtor that I know to some clients of hers. They have a trust package they'd like me to take care of. It has 10 documents, 15 notarizations, and they need 2 witnesses on 3 of those documents. Here in Arizona, my understanding from the law is that I get to charge 62.5 cents per mile. So, but I see other notaries here that will charge a mileage, like a flat rate for, you know, up to 20 miles. And I'm kind of like, how do they do that if the law is 62.5 cents per mile? I wonder, like, what's a good witness fee? The two women that I'm thinking can be there to help me out. I know them. I know where they live and they're close to the clients, so they wouldn't have to travel very far. I'm asking them to travel, to go themselves to the client. But like, so, you know, there might be different scenarios. What if I have witnesses that I know that I'm bringing with me that live close to me, and I'll say, hey, come in my car and drive up with me. You know, how do I manage all of that in terms of choosing a fee?
What a great question. And we love this question. And Laura, I'd like you to kick it off for us too on the response.
Thank you.
So a couple things. One, trusts are usually not done by the number of notarizations and the mileage. They're a package.
Okay.
If you are going to this person's home, you are orchestrating, meaning presenting all the documents for signature, and you're having to provide witness service. This is a package situation rather than counting my notarizations, number one. Number two is that typically when they need witnesses, are the documents that they need witnesses notarized as well?
Sorry, are the documents what?
Are the documents that require witnessing also notarized as well? Or are they just witnessed instead of notarizing?
Some of them are. I believe there was one that is not. It's I wrote this down. Actually, no, they're all notarized, as well as the ones that, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4 documents that are witnesses. 2 of them only have 1 witness. The other 2 documents require 2 witnesses.
But they're also notarized, is what you're saying?
Yes.
So you can't be one of the witnesses if they're being notarized.
No.
Right. So that's what I'm trying to figure out here. I mean, these are the details you need to start asking yourself before you can. Then the last part is witnessing service. Is that, did they say you have to provide the witnessing service? Because typically I'm not required to provide that witnessing service unless they ask me, and then I pay for witnesses to come in to do that. So has that been determined?
Yeah, when they called yesterday, and I'll be honest, this is like my first big chance, you know, so that's when I'm like, when they called me, I said, do you know how many witnesses you need? And she's like, oh, I'm not sure. So I asked her to send me the documents. I reviewed all the documents. I did tell her, I said, you can either choose to have your own witnesses present. They cannot be someone that's, you know, all those don'ts. And then I said, or if you're uncomfortable with that, if anyone that you don't want to have somebody that be there, then I could arrange to bring or have some witnesses present for you for a fee.
Okay, and are you saying that she chose that she wants to pay for witnesses?
She emailed me the document this morning and she said, yes, we'd like to know what your fee would be for witnesses. So they haven't decided one way or another, but I think they're kind of, wanting to entertain that thought.
All right, so if you want to provide witnessing service as one of the services you're going to offer besides the notarization and orchestration of the assignment, you can choose on how much you're going to charge for that based on a couple of things. One, I think about, well, how far do they have to drive to get there? The other thing is I usually pick notaries that are nearby so that they have a chance to watch. They have a purpose for being in the room and they have a chance to watch a trust signing happen. And then I usually pay $25, $30. It's not a lot. It's basically to cover their gas, their expense to come so that they get the experience of seeing that happening. I look at witnessing service as an extra service that I don't want to make so unaffordable. I'm not really providing it. So some people might charge $50 per witness. That would be an extra $100 for them, for you to provide 2 witnesses for the people that are driving. But I tend to choose people who are notaries who want experience. So they're getting paid to be trained, basically is what happens. So you're gonna have to decide this. I can't tell you the right price. I'm just throwing out questions you need to be asking, and then determining who would be the right people to ask if you're going to provide that service, and whether or not they're going to pay the witnesses directly at the table. And that's separate from what you charge for your package, which could be, anywhere from, $125 to $200, whatever it is you decide. And your package includes your travel, it includes your notarization, it includes your orchestration. It includes if you have to forward anything or send back anything to an attorney or scan any signature pages. All of that would be part of your package.
Right. Okay.
All right,
Okay.
so helpful?
That was a lot, Deanna. Did you get some answers from that though?
Yeah, I think so. I had thought also of looking up on the, I'm on signing order and I have never used it, but I have the capability to add like a signing service where I could search for notaries that are in that area. I like that idea. So if I understand what you're saying, it sounds like I might have a little bit of variation in what the are that I offer depending upon what their needs are also.
Yeah.
So that's why when they call, I would have to ask all these questions,
Right.
make sure I understand exactly what's needed,
Right.
what they want, and then tell them I'll get back to you with a quote, right? Send me the documents so I can look through like I did here. So I know exactly, because I know some documents when they do notarizations, they don't, this particular one is done so that I'm notarizing both of the husband and wife together. Some of them do them separately. So that would change the price a
But
lot.
that doesn't change the price. You have a package price. You're not charging by the notarization or by the signature.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
You're saying, look, you've asked me, and then are you printing them or they got the binder there?
They have it there.
Great. So your package includes your review of the documents to make sure that everything will be set when you get to the table. Your service includes orchestration, meaning presenting each of the documents and verifying their signing, initialing, whatever needs to be happening. Your service includes notarization of those documents. Your service includes either scanning, if you have to scan anything to an attorney. If they don't happen to have anything, that's fine, but that's one of your services. And your service at an optional fee could include witnessing service. So see all of that that's going on. Whether you have 6 documents to notarize or you have 20 documents to notarize, the only thing that the count gives you is an estimation of your time spent at the table. And so obviously if they only have 6, it may be $100 package, where if they have 20, it may be a $200 or $250 package. So my package fee may go up or down based on how much time I estimate is involved from me.
Okay.
But I'm not saying $10 per this. I'm not counting it that way because this is a package. I'm not saying you have to do it that way. I just say it's better to do it that way because then you capture all of your costs, not just the notarization costs.
Well, and it's a lot easier to respond to the client when they call saying, oh, that's this much,
Right.
whatever.
And this is all the things I do for you.
for them.
Okay. Okay, so yeah, learning in process. I probably with this one will not be able to do that just because of how I had the conversation with her yesterday, but that gives me a great little tidbit, I'm sure, of what's coming in the certification class. So
Yeah, absolutely. And another factor in there too, Deanna, is whether or not the attorney is present.
Mhm.
Because if the attorney's present, a lot of times they'll do most of the presenting and your
presentation.
quality control and notary. So that'll impact that decision too. But again, that's just part of the questions that you ask ahead of time. And
I
wanna-
did ask them, sorry to interrupt, I did ask them that actually if they've already reviewed the documents with the attorney, if they're familiar with what they are, what they say, and she said, yes, he's already gone over that with them. We just are instructed to get them notarized. And I thought, that's great. And I asked for his name so I can talk to him later and say, hey,
Yes,
I want to be your preferred trust delivery agent.
I like what you're thinking there. Yeah, awesome. Awesome.
All right.
Great questions.
you.
Congratulations. Good luck. I know you'll do great.
Thanks.
The other thing I want to just talk about real quick, and I've got somebody who's unmuted. Who is it? Laura, can you help me with mute patrol if you see anybody?
Yeah, I will look, but if please just look at your own screen and see if you've got that red mic with a line through it. If not, it's you.
So Deanna, the other thing I wanted to address real quick is the mileage in Arizona. You are absolutely right with your estimation of the travel fees, and there are notaries who do not follow the rules. But you've got a great understanding, and hopefully now with Laura explaining how this is a package, and it kind of it's outside the realm of those travel fees. That's what makes these living trust presentations, or what we're calling trust delivery, so lucrative. So this is real exciting time for you guys because there's more trust. Trust is on the forefront of language, American language, more than it's ever been before, right? People are thinking about their estate plans. So this opportunity, if you're in a state that's not what Laura calls travel fee friendly, consider these living trusts. And if you want to download the free chapter from the new book where we talk about this, just go to trustdeliveryagent.com. And I can post that in the chat for you as well, but it's trustdeliveryagent.com. You can download that chapter and get even more instruction on how to cultivate those relationships with the attorneys and with the pricing strategy that Laura just evaluated here. Deanna, is that helpful?
Yes, very. Thank you. And I have your book. It's on my Kindle and I'm working my way through it. So
Awesome.
Appreciate
Well, thank
it.
you. My
Thank
pleasure.
you.
Thank you. Great conversation about those. Thank you for the great question. Rosie, welcome. Hello. What state are you in and how can we help?
Hi, I'm Rosie Brown, New Jersey.
All
Oh my
right.
God. I was one of the last 90 people that stayed on last week. That whole thing was amazing. I was driving around delivering documents, listening to you guys all last Tuesday. When you had the what's his name on? I'm sorry, I can't remember his name.
Nick. Yeah,
yes,
with the
yes,
e-journal. Yeah.
yes. So so I hung in there. Again, one of the 90s.
It was a long day. Yeah.
It was a long day. It was amazing. So my question to you guys, do I actually have to have had perform the notarization in order to advertise that on my website? Because a lot of the things that I do I-9 employment verification forms is where I started. And then I do loan modifications has been my biggest thing. I mean, I've done over 300-400 of them in a matter of a year. Yeah, I've done a lot. And no training there. I just, kind of went through it and did some research. I don't even did some research, but this was before I even read the Sign and Thrive book that was in my library for a year before I realized that I had it. So that's my question. So do I need to, so the trust, I'm not touching the trust until I get formal training on that. So I'm hoping to be able to do that certification.
Right.
But some of the simpler ones, like maybe notary, I was trying to look for my notes here, but didn't have that ready. Like, let's say pension plan or?
So your question, Rosie, just to make sure I understand, is just, can you list the various specialties or special documents that are available to notarize, even if you haven't ever notarized them in the past?
There you go.
Yes, you absolutely can do that.
Right, that's what I figured. I mean, I wanted to make sure that because my website's going to be done hopefully in a couple of weeks. So
Yes.
all this stuff, that I've been working on, and I-9 employment verification form, you do not need a notarization to do that. Just a notary company picked me up,
Yeah.
and so I do it for them. So, okay, great.
Yeah.
I mean,
In fact, Rosie, I'm going to even take it a step further, that if you really want to build an online presence that is optimal, then you want to include those different specialties. You want to include keywords and phrases that people are searching for. And when people have a certain type of document, sometimes they say pension form notary or pension form notarization or living trust notary or a trust notary or whatever those are. Those different keywords and phrases, when you blend them into the verbiage or the descriptions that you have on your website or your Google business profile, can help you raise up in your search engine ranks. So absolutely.
Thank you. I'm sure I'll have another question at some point.
Yeah, good. No problem. Thanks for being here, Rosie. Appreciate you.
Absolutely. Bye.
Let's see. We're going on 12:30 right now. We got about 4 more questions going, which I love. So if you're thinking of other questions, please keep those going. Right now, I want to make a special announcement because we're in a really cool and exciting time right now at Notary Business Builder. So I'm just going to ask for 3 or 4 minutes of your time while we share the separation, the independence that NBB has been able to declare from the Tom app by Notary Coach. Everybody who needed to be talked to and make the decisions that needed to be made came together. So we've been able to separate Notary Business Builder from the Tom app. The biggest advantage to that is the cost. We are able to get the cost from what used to be $127 a month to almost half of that. In fact, it's more than half of that. So I just want to tell you about it, because that's how Laura and I can help you the most in growing your business. Plus the 8 other faculty members that we have as part of that program. So I just want to real quick show this to you, because there's us. We actually like each other. We hang out quite often. Jen and Laura are booking their trip up to Washington for later on in this summer, so we can hang out and brainstorm ways to bring additional value to you. What is Notary Business Builder? It's a way to get more customers, but more than that, it's a professional development program that focuses on enhancing community, increasing your peer connection so you feel supported. We focus on the 2 main areas where your customers come from, and that's your online visibility and building authentic relationships so that you can build a business that thrives no matter what the economy is doing. And we do that with an amazing faculty. Of course, we've got the 3 founders, me, Laura, and Jennifer Neitzel. She's the founder of Signing Agent Marketing. Plus, check out this faculty over here. Sue Hope, the founder of Notary Assist. Judy Lawrence, the founder of the Lawrence Institute for Notaries. Jim Allen, the marketing notary. Nina Penny, one of the only certified reverse mortgage specialists in the country. Sandra Long, one of the premier leaders of LinkedIn and literally wrote the book on personal branding with LinkedIn. Zion Brock, an expert on automation and content delivery, and Tyler Botsford, an expert on digital marketing, all part of our faculty here. What they do is every single month, there's nearly 20 live teaching calls that go over specialty notary work, Google business profile, digital marketing topics, relationship building, networking, accountability is huge in our community, marketing, skill development, success mindset, and of course, starting in August, Laura's Trust Delivery Conversations call kicks in as well. On top of that, though, every one of these teachers or instructors, including me, all of my classes are included in MBB. The real world training replays, the World of Apostille certification program, Judy through her entire yellow level, that's the highest level she's got, that's included. Jen has the signing agent marketing. We have the reverse mortgage training, morning mastery, the 5-star notary, LinkedIn professional profile, SEO, get known strategy. It's all included now. And as a special mention, Notary Assist with Sue Hope is included in your membership to NBB. So if you get your bookkeeping underway, then you don't have to worry about that. It's not on your mind, and you can focus on income producing activities. And the premium listing for Notary is also included at Notary.com. This is a collection of the world's best notaries. That's our NBB members. And you get a premium listing included with your NBB membership there. As a special right now, because we're running this as an Independence Day. It just happens to be Independence Day coming up, and we're running an Independence Day special because NBB is declaring its independence from Tom. And we partnered with the California League of Independent Notaries to give you a free basic membership for an entire year. Even if you're not in California, that's a tremendous value because they also have a super powerful directory listing with powerful SEO that helps you get found online. And the cool thing is no longer $127 a month to join, no longer $97 a month to join when we had a special. It's only $58 a month. If you want to join us in NBB, it's only 58 bucks. Go to joinnbb.com to join today, and you'll get the Independence Day special bonus with the clean membership. Thank you for that little commercial break. Laura, anything that you would add to that? She's like, nope. Ditto.
I was ditto. Thank you. I was muted. Yeah, where can I sign up? I need that.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll post the link in the chat for you as well at joinnbb.com or notarycoach.com/NBB. Oh, Jen Cooper, thank you so much for posting that. I really appreciate that. Phil Shannon, I feel like I haven't seen you or talked to you in months. How are you?
It has been a while, guys. I'm up here in beautiful Lake Tahoe, golf and all that fun stuff. But the really cool thing is I was part of last week's session, and boy, it was incredible. For those who haven't gotten the book yet, I was able to write a nice little testimonial about how it helps not just the notary business, but every business, every walk of life. It just set the stage for successful entrepreneurs. So amazing job. Congratulations on all the work that you put into getting that done. So just want to thank you for that and give it a little shout out in regard to all the things that you've done. And also make everyone aware that, as you know, 5 minutes after we end here at Tuesday Notary Titans, I will be doing a quick Zoom where I'll explain how you can protect and grow your business, how you can develop a multiple stream of income, an extra source of income if that's what you're looking for. I've had the good fortune to work with many people that I see on the screen here today. It's my pleasure, my privilege. Bill, Laura, Judy, all the great folks I see. It's always a pleasure, always a privilege to be part of this incredible crew of amazing entrepreneurs. So thank you very much for that. And I think Bill is probably posting a little information as my wife's working on the barbecue that we have to set up in the back so we can have a barbecue tonight. Nice. Because I forgot to bring my barbecue from home. But thanks everybody so much. And we look forward to seeing you 5 minutes after the end of Tuesday Notary Titans. Take care.
All right. Thanks a lot, Phil. I really appreciate all the support. Linda Seymour, also in California. Welcome.
Hi, guys. I just have a quick question, and I was listening to Laura speak earlier. Laura, I am a witness. I thought California law allowed us to be witnesses. One of the witnesses, when, like, there are sheets in every different thing, and where they'll have you witness their signature for a blurb, and then down here will be a witness for a signature for a blurb, and then a notary for the second blurb. Where in it that so I'm not supposed to be a witness if I'm notarizing a signature?
So what I want to address witnessing in the state of California is that it is not addressed in the statute. And when something is not addressed in the statute, then we look to best practice, right? What would be the best practice here? The best practice is for you not to be both a witness and the notary in the same document. If you call the hotline from the NNA, they're going to tell you the same thing. Is it illegal for you to be both? No, it is not illegal for you to be both in the state of California. You are not breaking the law in any way. It's just not the best idea. When I'm talking about trust work, I particularly do not want to be the witness. Well, I cannot be the witness and the notary Because when they, if they include the witness's name in the certificate, then I'd be notarizing my own signature. So that doesn't work. So as long as your name isn't in the certificate to be notarized, then the answer is not a good idea, but yes, you can do it.
Okay, my name has never
Yes.
been in anything like that, but there was 2 different circumstances where they couldn't find another witness. The next door neighbor came over and we waited for probably 45 minutes and I'm like, I gotta go, guys. And I thought I saw in our laws that, I guess maybe it was because it wasn't, but okay, that's wonderful to know because I'm doing one on Saturday morning. So I'll call him and tell him, bring your neighbor.
Yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
that's always my preference. If it can't, sometimes it just can't work, then I will witness and be a notary. However, if my name isn't going to be in the certificate, the witness's signature has
Yeah.
to be notarized, then it's absolutely not. I can't do it.
No, right, no, and I wouldn't do that either. I mean, I completely understand that one. I do. So, okay. All right. Thank you, Laura. I appreciate it.
You're welcome.
All right, awesome. Thanks, Linda. Tracy in Arizona, welcome. How can we-
Hello.
Hello.
So I have some very important stuff to say about the Arizona notary laws and the handbook. In Arizona, you are not supposed to do a hybrid, which is a jurat and an acknowledgement together, right? Right. So I did that the other day and they told me to just do the jurat part. So I lined through acknowledgement, initialed it. The attorney called me and said, why did you do this? This is not legal. You can't do this and blah, blah, blah. And I said, yes, that's Arizona. That's how they do. It's not acceptable to do a hybrid in Arizona. So we had a little bit of a conversation. He called Secretary of State. I did. He looked in the handbook. I did. He found a page 46 in the Arizona Notary Handbook that stated an actual notary block that had a hybrid in there. So this morning, just recent, like in the last few minutes, the Secretary of State lady called me back. She said she had to check with the attorney for the Secretary of State, but the notary block that they have in the handbook is not right. They're not allowing hybrids still, and it shows a hybrid in the actual notary handbook. So I'm waiting for the attorney to call me back to let him know that I did do it correctly. Weird, but I guess the attorney is in the process of changing the entire wording on that to get it out of there. Crazy, huh?
Yeah, and that is Arizona. I am aware of that problem. Beth Hathut and I had this conversation.
Oh, really? Okay.
So we do know that the Secretary of State needs to get that out of their handbook because they will not accept a hybrid. And so it's unfortunate that either the attorney found it or whoever created the document found it and utilized it because it's not acceptable. The other thing I do want to say about that is that if you're going to use a jurat instead, you should be replacing it, not just striking the word acknowledgement.
Oh,
in
really?
that hybrid certificate. I mean, you have to get rid of that certificate and you need to have a correct certificate. Don't just modify the one.
Really? Okay,
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Wow. So what if you do it that way?
Well, it could,
Just
depends
better
if
not
they
to?
reject it. It's just better not to because a
Okay.
hybrid is not acceptable in this state. And it draws question, your state, not mine.
Right.
Mine either, actually, nobody. I don't know anybody that can do hybrid. So it draws question to the certificate when you're modifying the wording of that certificate, which is a legal attestation.
Gotcha.
Better to put see attached certificate and put the one you mean. So I
Good
would
to know.
I would always replace, I would never modify.
Wow, that's good to know. And you know, these forms are all over the place. I mean, almost
Yeah.
everything I get has the hybrids on there, especially when it comes to power of attorneys and stuff. It's crazy.
Right. That's what the SOS is expecting you to do.
I'm just glad I was right.
Yeah.
Oh my
you were right.
goodness.
Yeah, you were right.
That feels good.
Thank goodness. Yeah, thanks.
Yeah. All right, thanks, Tracy, for bringing that up.
Yeah.
All kinds of weirdness in our industry. Dan Brewer, welcome. I know you're in Oregon and Washington. How can we help?
And it's interesting when you said weirdness and then you introduced me.
I was going to take that even a step further, Dan, but I was like, I'll give him a break.
I mean, I think that's actually pretty fair. Hey, I don't really have a long question. I really have a fairly cool victory to announce, though. our Notary Masters Toastmasters Club that meets again. We have our we'll start our second official year on July the 6th with our new induction ceremony. But we will be finishing up our year, and Bill, you know this because you used to be a Toastmaster, as a President's Distinguished Club by Toastmasters, which is a huge thing for any club. A first year club, it's just not heard of. And I'm so proud of our club. Just the things that we've done. We have a couple of new members coming back. Bill, I'll welcome you back to our club. We don't see you much, but would love to continue to see you. But the fact that we made the President's Distinguished in our first year, I just think is so awesome. And it really is a testament to the people and the marriage of Toastmasters in the notary community. At least our first year has been really a successful one. So we're going to thank our outgoing officers, welcome in our new ones. Mr. Clark will be our new president for the next year. So we're looking forward to that. I thank Dennis and his group. But yes, we will be President's Distinguished at the end of this year. We still need one more member that's promised to join to do so. But I'm going to be very persistent in the next 4 days to get them to do that. So it's just pretty cool. I wanted to announce that.
Yeah, I'm so glad you did. You just muted out on us though.
Unmute yourself, Daniel. Okay.
Oh.
Can you hear me? Because I want to say something to you. Besides congratulations. I don't know, something happened.
Go ahead, Laura. Go ahead though. Let's continue that conversation.
I want to join and I will take care of that for you. I will join today.
Ooh. All right.
I don't know if he heard me say that, but yes, I will join today. I will reach out to him and find out the process and do that.
It's published. It's on the interweb. It is done. Laura is a member of the Notary Masters Club as well. I love it. Guys, if you're thinking about Toastmasters and how it plays into your business success, it was extremely helpful, not only to me, but to countless other notaries now, thanks to Dan and his notary specific Toastmasters, but also entrepreneurs all over the world have grown from this. And when you think about it, it's not just about public speaking, it's about presentation skills. And that what comes with that, some of the side effect is self-confidence. And what you need a lot in this business as a solopreneur when you're out there on your own is confidence. And Notary Masters can help build that confidence and give you the presentation skills that you need. If you're going to be a trust delivery agent, if you're going to be a loan signing agent, what do you do all day? You present documents, and this will help develop your skills. It helped me develop my script and my format and everything about how I deliver my loan signing. So I highly recommend it at notarymasters.org. All right, Dan, thanks and congratulations on that huge victory. Bernice Williams, lovely to see you on today. You want to unmute, tell everybody you're in California and how we can help.
Good afternoon, everybody. It's so wonderful to be able to have time to sit and listen to you guys. And actually, I do have a question.
Great.
Okay, so Laura, everybody's been asking questions about in reference to trust documents and or witnesses. And can the notary be a witness? It's my understanding from my attorney that I work with that I can be a witness, but we're witnessing the healthcare directive and or the will. And so you need two witnesses, and both of the attorneys that I work with, I am one of them because it's been directed by the attorney that I can be a witness. I'm not signing any notary certifications. I'm not notarizing anything, just a witness sheet.
Yeah.
And
Bernice, that isn't contrary to anything I said earlier. You
okay, I
can
just
be a
want to
witness. Yeah, you can be a witness. The problem is if the witness's signature does have to be notarized, then the answer is no. And that sometimes happens on a will when they have an attestation clause or a testamentary affidavit that follows the witnessing and they want the witness's signatures notarized. That's when I cannot be.
Okay.
You see
I
what I'm
just wanted to
saying?
understand. Yeah, I just wanted to understand in reference to witness and what type of document, I guess specifically, is where I'm going with this. If it's a general will, if it's a healthcare directive, or
Yeah,
a
doesn't
document
matter.
does not require notarization, it can
Mhm.
be witness. The notary can be the witness. Is that correct?
Absolutely. I provide witnessing service myself for any document that requires it when it's not notarized. When
Okay.
it is notarized, then I have to make a decision. Can they get a witness? And if the witness's signature has to be notarized, my decision is no. So that's the decision tree there.
Got it. Got it. I just wanted to understand what the witness
Yeah,
reference for. Thank you very much.
you're welcome. And guys, it wasn't limited to trust. You can be a witness on any document that they just happen to need it witnessed. So it's not document specific. Any document, the rule is going to be the same.
Wonderful.
And make sure that's a California, because I had been responding to California. There are some states where the notary may not be the witness. Right? There are several of them that they say, no, it has to be somebody else. So know your own state laws.
Perfect. Patricia Bridges, lovely to see you on today too. Look at this.
Yay! And that was a perfect segue from what Laura said. Illinois is one of those states that no, you can't be. So I told my attorneys and they were like, bummer, but guess what? They're the witness. And in the case where it needs to, they bring a partner with them.
Mhm.
And I just do the notarization. Like you say, you have to know your state's laws and what they will and what they won't accept. Another segue, Illinois is no longer $1 for notarizations. It's $5 now. It's printed nowhere, nowhere on the website. I was able to get that information when I was trying to see who was going to be attending NAS so that I could introduce myself. And because they sent me up to the big person, not the new Secretary of State, I found out all the laws that changed in June 5th, believe it or not. And the requirement now of a journal is effective July 1st, not written down anywhere where the average notary can find it yet. And Ron will start to facilitate platform people, companies, excuse me, in January. But I just thought it was just startling that it's not written down. And because they were able to talk to me and let me know why they hadn't done NAS and blah, 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 they sent me a letter. So I have everything, but I'm not sharing it because I think I will kill my source if I do that. And they didn't tell me I could. They told me I could share the information, but not the resource. And it's unfortunate, but it's not in the website, and our handbooks are so old and out of,
Well,
out of date.
I'm looking it up right here, Patricia, and it just says that in Illinois, to be a notary, you have to be psychic. So you should all know this already.
Just 18 and speak English. So training will be required. Journal will be required. Bond will be, it's going to be increased. The only thing that is printed that you can find on the website, if you want to be a commissioned notary, that fee has gone up. That you can find. Nothing else can you find. It's an Easter egg hunt. So what Bill and Laura said about having a package and having that communications and knowing exactly who, what, where, and what's expected. I think it's so important, at least it has been for me, to grow my business and make money even when loan signings have almost vanished. And
Yeah.
I've never been happier.
I love to hear that, Patricia. Thank you so much. And I'll probably follow up because I think we should start having some Illinois conversations about some of these changes. So I appreciate you bringing that to us.
You're very, very welcome. Thank you both.
All right. You have a good day. And just want to take a quick moment here to invite you all to a Clubhouse conversation that Laura and I are having later on today at 5 p.m. Pacific time. I left that out of the email yesterday. one of my biggest pet peeves, and I did it myself. 5 p.m. Pacific time today, Laura and I will be in the Notary Successful Journey room in Clubhouse. It's completely free. Clubhouse is free. You don't need the invite to join anymore. It's super easy to do. I posted the link in the chat. It's one of those long, confusing links, so I won't even try to say it for if you're watching the replay. But go to Clubhouse and search for the Notary Successful Journey and join us at 5 p.m. Pacific time. It may or may not be recorded. What I'm learning about Clubhouse is even if you try to do the replay feature, it doesn't always work. So just plan on being there live. And we're going to talk about exactly what Patricia just brought up. Diversification, income streams, building a business that lasts no matter what the interest rates are doing. That's what we get to talk about today, and we love it. All right, looks like we have a few more questions. Let's hit Henry. Henry, how's it going in New York?
Hey, Bill, how you doing? How you doing, Laura? I was just looking in the chat and I saw something about trust delivery agent.
Yeah.
And I was just on the NNA ordering supplies, and I talked to one of the reps, and I signed up for a promotional program that's supposed to start in August for specialty work. And I was just wondering if you and Laura had any ideas of both of these are related, or do they work hand in hand with each other?
Great question. First, we'll say that that's a separate program from anything that we are doing. And Laura, do you have any insight as to what the NNAs are rolling out in August? You're on mute, though. It's a specialty notary work course.
I don't think it's
I don't know
course.
what the NNA is doing.
Work.
Oh, are you talking about
the directory?
Just findanotary.com. It's a directory.
Yeah. And there's like, I don't know if it's $30 for 6 months, but it's a directory.
Yes, it was $30 for 6 months. That's like an introductory payment. I don't know what's going to happen after 6 months as far as the fee.
So all it is another directory where you can put your information, and what they're saying is they're saying, hey, notary agent, signingagent.com, which is theirs, is really mostly signing agents, and that mostly title and escrow and signing services go there. And that for people who are really not doing that, or really want to be found for everything that's not that, they've created this directory called findanotary.com.
Okay, and I'm assuming these attorneys and title companies that are going to be reaching out to notaries?
They have not marketed it to anybody that I'm aware of. Right now, they're marketing it to notaries so they can fill up the slots. It doesn't do any good to market it if there's no notaries in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's not ready yet. That's why it's not till, even though you're paying $30 to hold your spot,
right?
It's not quite ready yet for public consumption. So it's going to be a few months before it's even accessible to anybody.
Yeah, he said there's even no conversation until at least August.
Yeah, that's correct.
Yep. And Bill, the notary agent that's on the chat they're talking about.
The trust delivery agent.
That's correct.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the new program that we're rolling out. It should be out by July 7th, I think is what we're hoping for. It's so close. But it's a certification program just to teach the ins and outs of delivering an actual trust presentation. But of course, not just stopping there, right? It's all about cultivating attorney relationships, legal professional relationships, growing this line of work through a certification program. The legal industry loves certification, so we're tapping into that. We're including really kind of groundbreaking strategies and techniques to help you stand out as a partner with the attorneys, rather than just a vendor who's contacting them for notarization services. So it's really exciting, very robust, and it should be out here in the next 2 weeks max.
Okay, thanks.
You bet. And if you want to be the first to know about that when it comes out, just download the chapter from our book on trust delivery agents at trustdeliveryagent.com. And I think Jennifer will put that in the chat for us. Oh, yeah, she's on top of it. Thank
Yeah,
you.
it's there already. I just downloaded it.
All right, wonderful. Thank you. And thank you, Jen. Dan Brewer, I'm not sure if you heard that, but Laura's joining today. She's solving your membership challenge right now. You're back. You want to unmute? There you go.
Yeah, I'm hoping. Sorry about that. I got a phone call right in the middle of talking to you. So my question's for Laura, and it could be if Beth is on too, but anybody in Oregon for that matter. We had 2 laws that were supposed to be passed during this last legislative session, which ended on Monday, that were completely directed at us. One was to make Ron permanent, which I think it expires in like 5 days. And then the other one is to allow e-journals. And there was some political stuff going on here, and half of the state legislature walked out, so they couldn't have a quorum and vote on stuff. And then they got back together and they started sprinting through it. And I never heard if those got passed or not. Laura, have you heard anything about that up here in Oregon? Or maybe if anybody else has, if that stuff got passed, or is it still, I mean, I'm assuming they had to do something with it because they're not just going to stop Ron.
Yeah, I did not hear. I wasn't aware.
All right. Well, I'm going to keep researching it. Secretary of State's phone office is only open 1 day a week now, so I have to call them only on Mondays. So, and I doubt they're going to be open next week because it's a holiday. So, I will keep on it, and I will let everybody know. I know that it'll impact your next real world training, but we have those 2 outstanding. I'd love to see e-journals approved up here. So, anyway, thank you very much. Those are the legislative issues I couldn't get through. I know you got one more. So thanks, everybody.
Thanks, Dan. All right. And Dan, did you hear that Laura's going to join Notary Masters?
I did. I'm so happy.
All right, good.
I think it's going to be so much fun, and I'm going to make use of that. Take
All
care.
All right, awesome. All right, Cassie, thank you so much for your patience. You're going to be our last question today because we only have about 1 minute left. If you'd like to unmute, tell everybody what state you're in and how we can help.
Hey, everybody. Good afternoon. This is Cassie Creech. I'm in Virginia, and I had a question about witnesses as well. Hey, Cynthia, I saw your comment. So we were talking about witnesses in our clubhouse room, and the question is about credible witnesses. I looked in the NNA and I don't see any certificates for credible witnesses. So my question is, what do we use? Well, I shouldn't assume, but I saw that, states are referring to that there needs to be a statement, an affidavit of some sort, but I don't see any certificates. So where should we go to look for those?
Yeah, great question. Laura, what do you say to that?
I missed the very first part of that. Does your state require a statement from your credible witness?
I didn't see anything specifically, Laura, but I'm also looking for, any of the states to help with our members of our clubhouse.
So I would check Florida because they do require it. And I believe that you'll find it on the NNA website. If you're a member there, you can download that certificate there, but only a few states require some kind of written document. The rest require you to journal it. So the thing is, different states require different things, but I do know that Florida requires a written document that has a jurat to it. It's an affidavit. And if you want to see what that looks like, are you a member of the NNA?
Yeah.
Okay,
and that's
then
where I was
go to the
looking.
certificates, check out Florida.
I don't think it's there because I think we looked. We had a member who was from Florida and she did have a copy of the affidavit, but I'm looking right now and I do not see it in their certificates.
All right, then I would I would tell that person to go to their own Secretary of State's website, who should have either the form or a description of the elements that should be in the form for their state, because I know they require something like that.
Okay.
Also,
So
I'm sorry, go ahead, Cassie. What were you going to say?
Yeah, I was just gonna confirm again that, Laura, you're saying that majority of states don't require the written statement, but they do require the journaling of the witnesses.
If they are a state that requires journaling, then they typically require it within the journal. And then there are a few states that also require an actual affidavit statement. And I don't recall, other than Florida, because that happens more often, which ones they are.
Great. Okay, thank you.
A quick Google search, one for Georgia just popped up. And we have one. So sometimes it's not even state specific. Sometimes the client, especially in loan signings, the lender will require some sort of affidavit, or the title company will, to proceed. So you can find some languaging at least online.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just thought it was odd that because I just looked at Georgia too under the NNA, and that they don't have the certificates for that, but no worries. Thank you. I appreciate your help.
You bet. Great question. Way to close this out. Thank you for being here, everyone. Laura, thank you for your time on a Tuesday, and thank you all for showing up, growing yourself and your business on a Tuesday. We will not be here next Tuesday. It is July 4th. Happy Independence Day. Have a wonderful holiday and end of month week. Jennifer Cooper, thank you so much for your help today, keeping that chat going. I appreciate you. We'll see you in a couple weeks. Bye-bye.